So in today's video, I'll be showing you what Amazon FBA is in 2022 and how you can get started. So welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already doing so. Today we're going to be talking about what Amazon FBA actually is in 2022. How does it work? What do you need to get started? And all the information you need if you're looking to start your journey with Amazon FBA. So what is Amazon FBA? Amazon FBA basically stands for Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon. So the FBA is the important bit there, Fulfillment by Amazon. So what does that actually mean? So it sort of is what it says on the tin, fulfillment by Amazon. It means Amazon fulfill your products. But not only do they fulfill your products, they do a lot more than that. So they also deal with all your customer service. They deal with all the returns. So it basically means you're sending your products into Amazon's warehouse. So the concept is you arrange a shipment on your Amazon seller account. You send your products into Amazon's warehouse. They store them for you. When you sell one on Amazon, they'll then send them out to your customer. Your customer will usually receive them within 24 hours. And after they've got the item, they deal with all the after sales as well. So if the customer's got any issues, if they need to return the item, they'll deal with all that as well. So your only real job is actually sending the products into Amazon's warehouse. Now, it's a great method because once you've found your products that you're going to send in, it's very hands-off. Obviously, as we say, Amazon are taking care of basically everything for you. So as a business model, it's amazing because it means there's not a huge amount of work for you. Where typically with online retail, you'll be sending out the products yourself, you'll be dealing with the returns, you'll be dealing with all the customer service. Amazon are doing this all for you, and the pricing really is very reasonable for actually what you get back from Amazon. And not only are they taking care of all the back-end logistics for you, you're also getting the opportunity to win the buy box on most of the products you're selling on. So if you don't know what the buy box is, I'll just load up a screenshot now to show you where the buy box is. It's basically to buy it now, add to basket on Amazon. Only one seller gets this box, as they call it, and basically whatever seller gets this will typically get all the sales. Now, how do people get the buy box? Using Amazon's FBA service is your first way. But then after that, as long as you're using the FBA service, because obviously you're going to be competing against other sellers, typically it's who is the cheapest seller. So with the buy box going to the cheapest seller, this can sometimes mean it is a bit of a race to the bottom price-wise, but this is why you'd use a tool like Profitl to analyse your deals to make sure that the deals you are buying are going to be profitable, even if the price is driving down. So what's the best method to get started with Amazon FBA? You've got probably 3 different routes you can go down. You've got arbitrage, you've got wholesale, and you've got private label. So arbitrage, this is where you're buying products from retail stores. So it might be Tesco's, might be Argos. Wholesale, this is where you're buying from wholesalers. So you're buying in bulk. Private label, this is where you're usually buying from China and you're making your own brand and putting your own brand on an item, importing it into the UK and selling it as your own brand. Now, all of them have pros and cons, but the best method for getting started in 2022 is definitely arbitrage. Now, you've probably seen some other videos about why arbitrage is a great method, but we'll just talk about it again quickly. It's basically that you don't need a huge amount of money to get started. There's not many hoops you need to jump through to get started, and it's very accessible for everybody, and we say it's sort of a stepping stone into getting into Amazon FBA. It's not as scalable as perhaps wholesale and private label, but for just getting your Amazon FBA journey started, it's a brilliant method. Now, if you have a quick look on the screen now, you can see exactly how it works. So this website here is the works, and you can buy this jigsaw puzzle for £7. Now, if we find this product on Amazon, we can see it selling for £15.02, and that is the concept. Basically, arbitrage is where you're taking advantage of pricing differences on 2 separate marketplaces, and there is a huge amount of deals out there, and there's always a steady stream of deals to find. So, you know, it's not easy to find deals. It does take time. It's more the analysing which takes time, but there are so many out there, and there's so many opportunities to find deals, and you haven't got to wait a massive amount of time, and you haven't got to be spending a huge amount of money to get started. So how easy is it to get started with FBA. I know I briefly touched on this just a second ago, but there isn't a huge amount you need to get started with Amazon FBA. You don't need a limited company. What you do need is to be registered as self-employed. If you haven't got a limited company, you need this in order to set up your Amazon seller account. So you have to set up your Amazon seller account to be able to sell on Amazon. When you're doing this, you will need to provide photo ID, bank statements, and personal information like that. Once you've got set up like that, your actual account, you're going to need a deal analyzer like Profitl to be able to analyze and check your FBA deals. There's a lot more behind the scenes than just it's cheap here, it's expensive on Amazon. You have got to check the data to make sure firstly it's selling, that the price graph looks good, that it's not gated, that it's not hazmat risks. So there is a lot more to it than just buying and selling. And thirdly, you've obviously got to consider the postage and packaging into Amazon. So you've got to think about things like boxes. You've got to think about things like tape. You'll need a printer for printing labels, and just things like that to get you started. Now, check out my video on what you need to get started on Amazon. So I hope you found that video helpful and it gave you a good understanding of what Amazon FBA actually is and why it's such a great method if you want to start a bit of a side hustle and you want to earn a bit of an extra income. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already doing so, and I'll see you in the next video.